He got his men, his scientists, to go back and actually pull all the stuff that they could, and then he told them to build it back, reconstruct it, but go back to how it was, things like that. He wanted to see everything about it. And then he took that and he put it into his stuff. Do you know that Hitler had some of the stuff that he had was these little balls, and they used to call them Foo Fighters. But there's pictures of them
They
that you
sing
can
a
look
lot.
up. They do. They got a mean ass band. I
Oh,
tell you, them
gosh.
Foo Fighters, they can lay it
They
down.
can pick a guitar.
But they would go behind these fighter jets and stuff like that. Or at the time, I don't think we had fighter jets, but they were like balls. You could see the pictures of them, and they would say these are the Foo Fighters, and they were like these spheres that were only like 10 to 15 feet across, but they would emit this sonic or this like wave that would shut down these planes. I mean, seriously, shut everything down. And that was one of the things is when sometimes we would fly over places and Hitler's would not, he was very smart as in he didn't build it in buildings, he built it underground. And they would work on this stuff and they would emit stuff that would turn everything off and stuff. This is technology that I believe Hitler, they believe he got it from the UFOs.
Didn't he come up with the first like really stealth?
Oh God, you should have
seen.
seen. Yeah, like well, these were one of it. And this was not manned by anybody. I mean, I think it was remote controlled and stuff. But the cool thing is let's go back to Antarctica, people. Oh Lord, a Nazi base. This is the biggest damn conspiracy I have ever heard. And I was knee deep in it, reading about it, and then I was like, holy shit. Then they turned left on me. And I'm gonna tell you where they turned left. The thing is after the Nazis, like everything was tore down, right? In the 1930s, they were very prominent, and they made some of these allies that they made were very strong. So some of the people that got away afterwards had money, and what they believed happened is they don't believe that Hitler died in that bunker. There's numerous reports, but one of the things is Hitler was obsessed with Antarctica. He actually wanted to stake it for claim for Germany. And there's been numerous reports of one, actually a U.S. admiral went down there in 1947 after, I think, everything happened with the Germans and stuff. And he said that it was necessary for the U.S. to take defense action against enemy air fighters, which would come from the polar regions. And that America would be attacked by fighters that were able to fly from one pole to the other with incredible speed. Which, if you look at anything that Hitler, he made UFOs. And this is crazy, but he did. If you pull up pictures, things like that, these things that he made were just outrageous. They look to us like a UFO would look now. So what we are seeing, is that really UFOs, or is that what Hitler has made and people has carried on, or his people has carried on? It's really cool. He actually was a lot of the things we believe, or these people believe, is that, he got a lot of technology and he learned about metals and things like that just from watching these things. And of course, those little Foo Fighters, man, I mean, they were just crazy. But the thing is long story short, is that there's a lot of reports that he went down there. There was a lot of reports that the U-boats took people down there, and we are not talking about like a little bit. They dropped crates down there too. The reason why this has been brought up recently is because in 1999 they found out, a lot of scientists found out, that there is a virus inside, supposedly, now I'm taking this from this article, so don't everybody go get your aluminum foil hats. There is a virus down there contained in the ice that would do harm to people and animals everywhere. The real question is, where the hell did it come from?
Is this the zombie type thing?
Maybe. Oh,
he
shit.
actually did you, I can't remember if you touched on it already or not, that he wanted to build oh yeah, you did. He wanted to build a army of dead things.
Yeah, so maybe it is. They believe that this is where it triggered into, is this what Hitler sent down there? Now, the cool thing is some of the U-boat drivers, there was two of them. One was questioned, why did you take stuff down there? And what did you take? And it was always his treasures that he had found, that Hitler had found. It was always, it's just his supplies and things like that. And they built this little, He dropped people off. They built the cave in the ice, and they put that stuff in there, right? Well, the next guy supposedly took Hitler's dead body and his woman. That is the theory down there. Okay? The thing is afterwards, then they were questioned and things like that, right? Well, later on, years later, the first U-boat driver who was saying that he just dropped off artifacts and stuff like that, and his people built the thing, he was going to write his memoirs. So the second U-boat driver, the guy who was dropping off Hitler and his woman, supposedly, but there are reports that they went to the Soviets, whatever, okay? His body is supposedly somewhere, if he died, okay? He was like, he wrote him a letter that said, I was thinking if it is reasonable to publish your manuscript concerning the U-530, which is the U-boat. The 3 submarines that took part in this operation, and he named them, are currently at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. It is better to leave them there. My old friend, think about it. Think, please, how then my book will look when you publish your memoirs. Because he wrote a book. The second guy who supposedly delivered Hitler's body and stuff wrote memoirs. He's like, we all made an oath to keep the secret. We did nothing wrong. We just obeyed the orders and fought for our loved Germany in its survival. Please think again. It is better to picture everything as a fable. What results do you plan to achieve with this revelations? Think about it, please. Now, this is 40 years after. He's still telling him to shut the hell up about what they were taking down there. This is the cool shit. This is where I was like, oh damn, I'm like elbow deep in this shit. I am all up in this, right? Well, the thing is they supposedly were making all the places in Germany that were built underground, they were doing the same thing here. And they believed that maybe this is where the Atlantis was, their Aryan nation. This is where they believed maybe they came from. Now, the cool thing about that is down there in the South Pole, there is a magnetic kind of, I guess you would say, like the Bermuda Triangle, but it's a circle that is pinpointed off of it. The thing is it is directly a direct line up to South America, which there is a theory that Hitler went to South America. And at that time, when this happened, that he actually, got out of the bunker. He didn't die. He went to South America. And then they believed he went by U-boat down to Antarctica. One of the crazy theories is he then turned to painting in Antarctica. And he's just painting his life away. Oh, man. He loved the arts, didn't he? Oh, shit. Another thing is that one thing that I did watch this program on the History Channel one time that did say that after Hitler supposedly passed, and they said that some people believe the conspiracy is he went to South America. All of a sudden, UFOs started showing up there. And they believe that there is what they call a UFO route, and it goes straight down to the side of Antarctica, which has the electromagnetic area down there. So it's really cool. Like, all this adds together. Some people believe he went to South America, and then some believe he went on to Antarctica. The thing with the Antarctica is that something was going on by the German people down there. We don't know what it was, but there were U-boats that were going down there. There was all kinds of crazy stuff. So that was just really, really neat to look up and stuff like that. But one thing, this is where them women came in, that they really wanted to bring the Aryan race back. So they wanted them to be blonde, blue eyes, tall, slender. These are where the women came in. Supposedly, people who believe this said that there was 5-1. Now, I wouldn't believe all this crazy shit. Seriously, I wouldn't. Until they start pulling stuff like, do you know that when we took over, when we finished with the war and things like that, right? There were 250,000 German soldiers that were unaccounted for. That's not including the people that we killed. They took that. So where did they go? Where did these? Now I'm talking about these are scientists and stuff.
Well, I when I was like watching it a few years back, it was some educational type thing about Hitler. They had a guy that was still dressed. I mean, he's like 80 years old. He's old as shit. He was still dressed like a Nazi, and he was like, I would follow him. I would still do it. The thing about them is, you think about people in our history like Charles Manson and things like that. They are highly intelligent. It's like a certain degree of intelligence. You click off the humanitism and you just turn to, I don't care, I'm going to get what I want. Or you can have the primal killer that's just dumb and they just do it because they're primal.
Well, the thing that gets me is Hitler, that's 250,000 though. I mean, that's a lot. They're saying that this is where they went. Or other people think they actually made contact with UFOs and they got beam me up Scotty. That was another theory. Is Hitler in Antarctica, or did he go from South America to Antarctica? Then some people believe that the UFOs done came and got him. He went to the moon. They done picked him up. He was hitchhiking up there, apparently. And then they took him to this 68 light years away planet, and one day he's going to come back with his race of this planet, and he's going to take back over. I'm serious. Like, these are the crazy, like, I'm cool with it. I'm like, okay, these little facts are cool. And then all of a sudden, it goes damn left on me. Next thing I know, he's painting pictures with damn aliens up there. And that's what I'm talking about. This one dude, it was really... They believe that the total population of Nazis in Antarctica now would exceed over 2 million. I mean, seriously. But this is the part that gets me. They say that they've undergone plastic surgery in order to move about with greater ease through South America to conduct a manner of business transactions.
I mean, I would understand if it was Hitler, if he got plastic surgery. Because, that's like a Telemundo type thing. But... why the hell's everybody else got to get plastic surgery?
Just think about it. If he's made them look a certain way and he's taken them and they're engineering that it looks a certain way.
Oh, you mean like the Aryan race?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Like anybody's going to look at a blonde person and
go, well, it depends on how blonde. I mean, if they've been living underneath ground.
Are they looking like Lord of the Rings white?
Maybe.
Like
Gandalf
like
white.
Oh,
yeah. White's all right,
no, like that elf, with the one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, yes. That's what they got to do. And then they said that there is also, maybe some UFOologists believe that, the Antarctica may be like a mecca place for the men in black. Here we go. You listen to that episode, people.
Well, you know what? Here's actually a little idea. Maybe he tunneled all the way to that one place, Area 51 in Virginia, or not Virginia, but in the U.S.
No, they do say that they got tunnels underneath, which have the volcanic lakes, which are warm. That's how they're able to stay there. That's the theory for you people. But it just the claims also modern UFO. Oh shit! Hold on to your britches, people. I got this one for you.
Hold on to your socks, because we're gonna knock them off.
Did you hear that? It's a news
hot
off the press. Oh God! Some people who have been abducted by aliens. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold it. I'm trying to hold it.
Hitler was there?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God.
They believe that a lot of them are saying that when they're taken up, their memories are of German soldiers and stuff like that in that garb. And like they look like...
That sounds like a movie too. I think that was a movie or something. Somebody should do a scam and say that they got beamed up and say it was Hitler there and see if Men in Black show up. See if it's legit.
Well, he's dead now. They believe he died at a ripe old age of something. But they do believe that, like some
Not if he found the fountain of youth.
Oh, shit, he's looking for that too, I bet you. Damn. Yeah, but it's just really cool with some of the stuff. The paperclip theory, guys, actually what happened is that we took as many scientists as we could over here from, Germany, and they were transplanted. That's what the paperclip she was talking about earlier. So that's where we got a lot of our history and stuff. I mean, our scientific booms and things like that. But what I really wanted to say is, damn if Hitler didn't have his big toe in everything. Chocolate. Tell him about the chocolate Hitler sent to the president.
He tried to kill one of our presidents or somebody high up like that, and he loved his chocolate. So he actually took some little bombs, covered some dark chocolate on top of it, and had his people wrap it up to give to the president. I think the CIA or something stopped it before he could, blow it up. But the thing is, Hitler did some really screwed up stuff, and he was a really bad person in that certain area, but he was really in some crazy shit that people don't even know about.
Yeah, this is a cute little story. Well, not a cute little story, but a France newspaper supposedly wrote a year and a half after everything was called off, the concession of the hostilities in Europe, U-boats U-boats actually took over a boat that was a fishing boat, whaling boat, and stuff like that. The German soldiers mounted the boat and said, "Give us all your food and stuff that you've caught." They took it, put it back in the U-boats, and then told the guys that were